Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Warren Bennett. We got Trev wandering around the garden somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Well, there he is, enjoying the sunshine. And this video is called the Sneed Squat. There's one golfer that I think that's done this move that I'm going to tell you about better than anyone, and I think that's Sam Snead. So I'm going to tell you what this Sneed Squat is all about, and more importantly, how you can introduce this into your own golf swing and the benefits that could have. Now, there's other golfers that have done this, but I think Sam Snead has done this the best. So I'm going to tell you what it's all about. First of all, get the front camera set up, keep Trev where it is, hopefully the sun will keep shining. I'm going to tell you all about it. Okay everyone, so thanks very much for joining me for another video. Hope you're all doing well and hope you're able to get on the golf course and enjoy some golf. I'm just going to have a little warm up, make sure Trev's okay. Tell you what the Sam Snead or the Sneed Squat is all about. Now I'm going to put a few slow-mos, hopefully if I'm allowed, of Sam Snead next to me here while I have a warm up. He obviously did this squat very well, and I don't expect you to do as much as this, and everyone's different and you don't expect to copy a golf swing, but you can definitely copy elements of a golf swing, and the movement and the transition of the squatting movement of his legs and the way his knees got further apart in the transition and on the way down really set him up for success on the way down. Because what you're looking for this position halfway down to be in this position where you can now just cover the ball. Now for the elite golfer, and especially the professional like himself, you're looking for the position where you can really rotate your body on the way through, which he did magnificently. And what this actually does, this leveling out, this squatting I mean, levels everything out. Halfway down, left arm parallel to the ground. I'm probably running before I can walk here, but I'm going to tell you kind of why. Is left arm parallel, it kind of levels the pelvis out, this squat. It gives you the permission then, and it gives you the ability to then twist and pivot through the ball. If the golfer is a little bit too quick off his right side and then gets a bit thrusty and a little bit forward and weight kind of over to the toes, that can get yourself in a position where it can be quite stuck. And I know that very well from previous swings, the previous incarnations of my golf swing, is getting in this position where you think you need to fire your legs for a bit of power, but unfortunately that kind of stops the pelvis from twisting and you're putting yourself in a position where you can't move. Obviously a majority of the club golfers need a bit of kind of forward momentum, no question about it, and then introduce a bit more kind of release with their arms. But if you want to blend everything together correctly, you're looking for 3/4, 7/8 of the way up, you're looking for this kind of transition of the right pressure. And it's like, it's not just separating your knees apart, because what you're looking for to have an effect on the club. So whatever you do down there needs to have an effect on the club. So what he did this little shallowing move. I know that's the kind of the flavour of the month or the decade, I would say, the shallowing, isn't it? But I would say in a perfect world that shallowing happens as a result of something. And I'd say one of the biggest kind of starters is the way your legs move. If you can transition and have a little bit of a squatting motion, that affects everything. It's like a chain reaction going up your body and into your arms, into your wrists. And if you're in the right position, it'll just settle for you. From the position in your stance for this right pocket, if you put a little bit of crease into that, which you should do if you've got a little bit of hip depth, is you want to try and increase that. You want to try and get a little bit kind of down. So you're pushing down into this right side. It's only a fraction. I'm obviously exaggerating it just for effect. The more you can transition this pressure going down your right leg, so my knee is now going towards my right toe, halfway down, and it's only a split second, everything's level, and now I'm in a position that I can now rotate my body, arms and club on the way through. Okay, so whilst the coast is clear, I'm just going to exaggerate one a little bit, take a little bit of pace off. I'm really going to squat like that, feel anyway, and then on the way through. So I'll slow this one down after I hit it too. So this transition, this squatting motion, is definitely one of the pillars to your golf swing, and especially the transition. Now Snead, he had a bit of an in and over, but he still dropped it in the slot beautifully. Now obviously, like from previous videos, I encourage you to have more of an out backswing, but let's imagine if you kind of had this transitional move, it kind of delays the downswing a little bit. It doesn't rush you onto your left side, and it kind of gives you a little time for your arms and club. So if I pressurise down, it allows my arms and club to drop, and more importantly, my right arm into my side. It's only a fraction. This is where it's difficult to feel. Yes, you can take a bit of pace off it, but what's going to happen when you get on the golf course? I would say if you do this, this allows this to drop down, because this under pressure and under speed is difficult, isn't it? Especially to kind of be aware of. It's a great little movement for that, like cause and effect. Okay, let's go for it. So pressurise down, pressurise down. You can do this little exercise there, making sure I complete my backswing on 7/8 of the way up, but I'm pressurising down. You can see I'm not leaning into my left side early doors. So I'm kind of this is exaggerated. So it's a little pressure, and obviously feeling a little bit of my knee going towards my toe there as well, just to kind of give it a reminder. Beautiful, and that allows that club to drop in the slot beautifully. So then I can rotate through, either with my arms, body, or both. For me, I would say it's a bit more body. For you, it might be a bit more arms. Oh, that's nice. Remember, biologically, you're looking for this position halfway down-ish, round about kind of waist height, is everything needs to be kind of level, and then you're in a position to kind of pivot. So everything works around this first position coming down, and then everything else after that can kind of work through that position. And it's not just Sam Snead. Modern players are doing this. I'm going to put a few videos up whilst I'm talking, because it's one of these areas you can't see under speed, because normal speed it looks like their legs are just firing, which obviously slow down. As you can see this split second of a couple of clicks, I call it. You can see this kind of pressure going down their rear leg here, and that allows this pressure going down, allows this left to work as well. So the left isn't just opening. So remember the old, who was it, Ledbetter was it? Put the old beach ball between your knees and then just kind of like separate. Separation doesn't happen. It's a cause and effect. The cause is the pressure down into your right leg, squatting down a little bit, so that leg, that knee is allowed to kind of separate away. Then obviously the beach ball will kind of drop away. Let's do it. Remember, rotation on the way through, or I'd say halfway down through the hitting area, happens because you're level and in the right place. If you're not in the right place, so for me, for instance, if I just went a little bit lateral, so left to my own devices from my top of the backswing position, I can get a bit slidey. So that gets me a bit stuck, and then I can't move, and I'm going to hit either a big block, right going right, or a big hook. And that's why I have a little bit of hip depth, because like the video I did about the domino effect, put your hips in the right position so you've got somewhere to go. What you don't want to do is not move your knees at all. They've got nowhere to go, so you're just doing it kind of out of forcing it, and the hands are going to be in the wrong place. So what you're looking for is a little bit of hip depth. You can see there my right pocket is going behind where it started, really sitting back into that right hip without swaying, and that gives me somewhere so I can squat and then be level. Beautiful. Okay, 2 to go. Let's really exaggerate it, but I'm really going to couple it with some big rotation for me, remember, of my top half. So really I'm kind of glossing over the main kind of real detail. If I was standing with you, I'd really talk about how the pivot works after that. You know, you see the top golfers in the world, Hogan especially, Snead as well, Woods has done it, and a few, obviously Scheffler, but Scheffler's a little bit forced, is the way, because of their pivoting, their right leg reacts. But their right leg reacts because it's getting pulled by the pivot. So if you can see here, if I pull and if I rotate my belly button around my left heel from this kind of squatting position, it pulls my right leg straighter. So now it pulls my right foot, and there's a little sliding effect there. But that comes from this transitional move. It doesn't come from just going, it comes from rotation. But rotation comes from this level position coming down into the ball. So the right leg then reacts. Let's see if I can do one. Yeah, I think my pivot's a bit slow, but I gave it my best shot. So like the domino video said, it's all an effect. It's all cause and effect. I'm big on putting yourself in the position so other things happen as a result. It's not about swing by numbers. Yes, if you slow down, you've got a bit of time to be aware of all these movements, that's for certain. But as you've seen on previous videos, it's finding that one thing, isn't it, that can affect 4, so you don't have to work on those 4, not as much anyway. And this sneed move, this squatting, and it's only a fraction, what I would call a couple of clicks. So I would say it's not as much as what he used to do, that is for certain, but it's about that much. It's just so it affects the golf club, puts a bit of pressure on the shaft, and then you're off and running. It's not this kind of big transitional move on the way down, exaggerated, like I've seen other coaches do. I don't watch other videos too much, but you know, I've seen a lot of coaches, you know, giving it a little bit of kind of too much exaggeration, which is fine. It's obviously, if you layer that onto an elite golfer, they can actually do that. But for the club golfer, I don't think that's real life event, to be honest with you. I think you just need a kind of a subtle movement, puts a bit of weight into this left leg without forcing it, gets yourself level, and then you can kind of get your movement off your right leg from there. Okay everyone, so thanks very much for joining me for another video. The sun stayed out, thank goodness. Trev stayed around, and we bid you farewell. Have a great golfing week. Oh, before I go, thanks very much for everyone who's become a member of the Academy through YouTube. I'll put a link in description below. Thank you very much. It's going towards keeping the wheels rolling, really. I'm doing a video in the garden. It's not my garden. I'm 3 hours away from home, so it just kind of keeps the wheels rolling there. So thank you very much. I'll put a link in the description, like I said, and if you'd like to join the Academy, I think one of the perks are early access videos. So this video would have come out 2 days ago. Yeah, I'm thinking of adding another perk. That will be members only videos, but I'll just have to kind of weigh up the amount of videos I can do, edit, get over here. Yeah, but hopefully in time I'll add another perk. But the membership is there. It's $2.99 a month, and so I really appreciate obviously everyone's help. And that's not just that, that's if you're taking the time out to watch these videos. If you can like it and subscribe, even better. It's all free. I'd really appreciate that, because as you can see, I'm in a garden. I'm not in a flash kind of setup in the Academy anymore. But I think what I've said in the past, the content is the most important, not necessarily where I am and where I'm doing it. Okay everyone, so from myself and a very chilled out Trev for this video, we bid you farewell. Have a great golfing week, and we'll see you next time. Thanks everyone. Cheerio.